Do you like video games? Well, if you clicked on this video, you probably do. So, do I have some news for you, my friends? Something that I really want to talk about in a video, and I feel like something that you need to know about if you like games. I personally am really excited for it and wanted to share it and just talk about this for a bit. And that is Amazon's new gaming anthology series, Secret Level. You may have seen it, you might have not, but oh my god. From the trailers and promos so far, I am genuinely so excited for this show. Because not only is it a unique, fresh idea and a brilliant idea honoring some of the greatest games we have had the pleasure of experiencing. I mean, come on, that genuinely sounds like so much fun, but also the animation, the music, everything about it just looks so good. But if you don't know what the show is, let me explain. But before that, just really quickly, can you make sure, just to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, or if you want to see more gaming content from me? This is a growing channel, and just one click of the subscribe button would really help. But anyways, on with it. So, Secret Level is this new animated anthology series made by Amazon that essentially takes us into the world of some of the best video games of all time and making them into these mini movies. I'm not exactly sure of the length, but there's going to be 15 episodes, 15 short stories set in the world of legendary video games, including, I think you'll recognize some of these: Warhammer 40,000, Unreal Tournament, Armored Core, Mega Man, D&D, which personally I am the most excited for. And each episode will cover a different game, which will probably please everyone since your favorite game will hopefully be getting its own episode. Oh yeah, and something I haven't mentioned, they got Concord as well on the show. I don't I really don't know how that's managed to happen, but apparently Concord is going to have its own episode. So that'll be fun, I guess. And if you've been living under a rock recently and you don't know what Concord is, or rather what Concord was, it was a multiplayer FPS which was cancelled pretty much straight away after its release because no one was playing it. That's madness. And how it managed to get an episode in this anthology series celebrating some of the best games of all time, I don't know. But that aside, back to what I was saying, yeah, I'm really excited for Secret Level to come out. And if you like gaming, or even if you don't, but want to see something a bit different to the usual stuff that we get from Hollywood nowadays, I would definitely recommend this. Also, I realized that this video so far sounds like I'm doing an advertisement for it. I'm not, I promise. I'm just really excited for this show. And I feel like more people need to know about this because I'm confident that Secret Level is going to be pretty good and will hopefully and probably appeal to a very large amount of people because gaming is, of course, such a big thing. And with these taking on some of the biggest games of all time, not necessarily the most popular video games, but games that have been going on for a long time like D&D, this will definitely attract viewers. And I'm really excited for this. So back to it. The series is being directed, or rather, like, created by Tim Miller, who, if you didn't know, actually directed Love, Death and Robots on Netflix, and I highly recommend you check that out if you haven't already. And that's just one thing that has me excited. The animation, firstly, oh, it looks absolutely brilliant. Like, really good, really clean. It's something you'd expect from something made by Prime, making like a gaming series like this. It looks so good. And it's actually pretty similar in quality to Arcane League of Legends, if you ask me. And if you've watched any of my past videos, you'll know that I absolutely love Arcane, so that is high praise indeed. In terms of what the point of the show actually is, other than, honouring past games, one theory I've seen, which I do like the idea of, is that Amazon have created these 15 different episodes for 15 different games to not only be able to adapt as many games as possible, but to primarily show them off to an audience and see which ones are received best. Then, I guess with the ones that do best, they could make them into full scale adaptations in the form of a TV series or movie, which is something I would be so down for. I will say it's pretty surprising that, at least as far as I know, something like this hasn't actually been done before. We haven't exactly seen a show like this, basically a collection of short movies of video games. And I think the brilliance of this as well is that you don't need to watch everything. If you don't like a particular game or aren't interested in an adaptation of it, you don't need to watch that. You can just wait for the one that you do want to watch to come out. I mean, for me, I probably won't be watching the entire show, but I'm gonna definitely be checking out Pac-Man, Dungeons and Dragons, Warhammer, and Concord. And I've never played Concord, but I really want to see if they can actually make Concord good because they did say that with including Concord in the series, they wanted to shine a new light on it and get people to warm up to it and see how, maybe it's not actually as bad as the stats would suggest. And in which case, if the show can actually pull these episodes in particular off, it's already a success for me. Something I am even more excited for within Secret Level is the cast. I mean, in an animated show, it doesn't really matter as much because it's not really faces, it's voices, but just look at the absolutely stacked cast for the show. We got Keanu Reeves, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tamura Morrison from Boba Fett, Laura Bailey from Critical Role, Gabrielle Luna, Kevin Hart, and more. That is an unbelievable cast, which just adds to my excitement for it. I tell you what though, the way it goes on for an adaptation of Skyrim in the form of a show movie, I get why it's not included in this list until you realise Concord is going to have its own episode, which I still don't fully understand, but hey, let's at least give it a chance and see how it plays out and still hope for another Skyrim adaptation to come soon, because it has been too long. However, one thing that I do have to mention is that it's perhaps not all sunshine and daisies when it comes to just how good the quality of the show will be. I say this because the reviews of it so far are mixed at best. A lot of the reviews so far from people who've, critics who checked it out, is that while the show definitely looks good and the idea behind it is very nice, the execution isn't fully there. Which is a shame because I was convinced that this could turn out to be one of the best Prime Video shows of all, of the year. But still, I am confident that it's going to be pretty good, and I'm still eagerly waiting the release of the first episodes on the 10th of December. Also, a list of the episodes for Secret Level if you want to know everything that is going to be on the table, everything Amazon has to offer. We have Pac-Man, Warhammer 40,000, Concord, Mega Man, Unreal Tournament, New World, Atranium, I'm really not sure how you say that one, Armored Core, Spelunky, Honor of Kings, Sifu, Dungeons and Dragons, The Outer Worlds, Crossfire, Exodus, and PlayStation, which by the way will feature a number of PS games and characters including God of War. One hugely important thing to note is that not every single episode is actually going to be good. You won't enjoy every single episode most likely, and not every episode will be for you. There'll be some good episodes which will probably be very, very good, but there will also be most likely be some episodes that aren't all that. They may not be great, and I'm confident though that the ones that are good are going to be absolutely excellent. Also, if you haven't checked out the trailer that came out a few weeks ago, I highly suggest you do check it out. The music for it was great, and it just really gets you hyped up. It had me really excited. So just to close out, one thing that I am very excited to see is the range of different themes within the show that will vary with each episode, with each different game that has its own feel. For example, the Dungeons and Dragons episode will most likely lean very, very heavily into fantasy, with other games like Unreal Tournament probably leaning more into sci-fi. And one thing's for sure, even if Secret Level doesn't live up to expectations and isn't as good as I think it will be, and how good you hope it will be so much fun to see these games being adapted on screen. I mean, where else are you going to get a literal adaptation from Amazon Prime Video of Pac-Man? As in the arcade game Pac-Man. You don't see that anywhere else, and it's wonderful that these stories, these games cherished for generations, are finally going to be able to be seen by the masses. And hopefully, we get some that are really good. Hopefully, the Dungeons and Dragons one for myself, and then those could perhaps be adapted into full-scale shows or movies by Amazon in future. And sorry, I just have to say one more time: the animation on this show is absolutely unbelievable. But anyways, that's the end of today's video. Make sure to comment down below what you think of Secret Level and what game you're most excited to see in the show. Also, please subscribe. This is a growing channel, and just one click of that button would really, really, really help. But anyways, that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. Darth Sauron out.